are the major operating systems used today? Now, if I was to look at general operating systems, like in, like, of course, there's different versions of a certain operating system, but if I look at three biggest operating systems in general, I would say Windows, of course, is the biggest and most well-known operating system in the world at this point. I hope maybe it changes in the future, just because I'd like to see some of the competitors get ahead and see what happens when that happens for them. But Microsoft, of course, who creates Windows, is a great company and has created a great operating system for us. The second biggest operating system that I would have to say would be Mac OS, or the Apple operating system, the Apple platform. OS 10.5 is the current operating system, or the current version. With Windows, it's Windows XP. But soon to happen is Windows 7 is to come out for Windows, and OS 10.6, which is codenamed Snow Leopard, is to come out. I'm very excited for both operating systems to come out. But in general, those are one of the two biggest operating systems. Windows is first, Mac is second, and the third, of course, is the cute little penguin we know as Linux. Linux is a great operating system. I know there's different variations of Linux, and there's other operating systems out there that operate on the same. They don't operate on the same technology, but they operate on the same idea as Linux does, and that's the freeware product, or the not freeware, but open source way of doing things. I'm not going to name them just because they're smaller operating systems, but I don't think they're any less than any other operating system. All operating systems are great operating systems, and all operating systems are flawed operating systems. The way it works, the way technology works, and the way technology grows. But Linux is a great operating system. There's many distributions. That's kind of Linux way of saying, or Linux way of different versions. Like Windows has Windows X, or Windows XP, Vista, that kind of thing. It's kind of like that, but a little bit different. Basically, Linux is open source. That means the code for Linux is free. The code for Linux is out in the world. So people make different versions based on the Linux operating system, or based on the Linux kernel. The most well-known, I'd have to say, would be Ubuntu. That's just my personal preference. It's not my favorite version of Linux, but it is one of the most well-known Linux operating systems. There's many other operating systems, or many other distributions of Linux, but Ubuntu is one of the best ones. Linux is known for a lot of things. They're open source for one thing, so all their software, and every software to put on Linux is free. That means free. You can download it, and you can burn it to, say, one of these DVD discs, burnable discs here, or say a rewritable or writable CD disc, or CDR, DVD-R. And basically what you can do is you write that there, you pop it in your computer, and you install Linux. It's quite simple to install Linux at this point in time. Or you can make what's called a live CD, throw this in your computer, don't install, boot off of it, run the Linux operating system, and it doesn't even affect your hard drive, and you can just boot back into your normal operating system. May it be OS 10, or may it be Windows, or may it be another Linux distribution. You just want to try a different distribution, see if it works, and you can always go back to your other distribution. So, my personal favorite of the Linux family is not Ubuntu. My favorite is actually Backtrack. Now, Backtrack is a set of applications that are used for, in general, most people would say hacking. I use it more for security. I do enjoy making. I don't enjoy, but I do. I do enjoy knowing the fact that my network is secure. So what I use is I use Backtrack and its variety of tools to see how safe my network is. Because if I can break in with my laptop and on my own network, then I know someone else could. So that really can help me make sure my network is as secure as it can be. But Linux is a great operating system. Before I switched to the OS 10 operating system, I obviously ran Windows. But there's a short period in time before I actually switched to Mac. I was looking for something different, and I did enjoy running the Linux platform as a main operating system. I found it was a bit difficult just for me, just because of video editing software. I couldn't find any that I really liked. But it's a great operating system, and if you can get a hold of Linux, like if you've got time, and you've got one of these blank discs here, burn a live CD, throw it on your system, and see what it's like. But the three greatest operating systems, or the three most well-known operating systems, are Windows, Mac, and Linux. Windows in the head now, but it may change at some point. But I really do believe in open source. I believe the source code should be out there. A lot of people, a lot of corporate people who, well, not corporate, but a lot of software companies will say, no, don't put your software out there. Don't do open source because someone will steal it, make few changes in it, and release it and ask for money for it, which is wrong. If when you believe in open source, you really believe in that person who designed the software. You should be very grateful to that person who designed that software. If you want to make modifications for it, sure, make sure you give the credit to the person who actually designed the product and make it stay free. If all software was free, it'd be a great thing, but I know it never ever will really happen. I know Linux is a great way to get free, is a great platform that is free, but as far as Mac OS 10 or Windows becoming free, I don't see it happening anytime soon. Just because they've got the taste of the money and they don't think they'll really let go of that money. So, but Linux is a great operating system. It's basically this video in general is about try a new operating system. May it be Mac OS 10, may it be Windows, or may it be Linux. Try Linux. If you got a MacBook and you run Mac, you've tried Windows operating system, try Linux. You can download a Linux distribution anywhere. The best one I would try is Ubuntu if you're just going to try getting into it. It's the most simple one to use, and it's just the most well-known one. So if you need technical support, it's pretty easy to Google for any problems happening in the Ubuntu operating system, and it's easy to get a reply pretty fast, and just being able to get that information to you to be able to fix any problems you would have. So, to get the Ubuntu operating system, just Google for Ubuntu. The first result that would come up would be their site. Click in there. There's a download page. Go to the download page. Download their newest distribution. I think it is 9.03. Don't quote me on that just because I don't quite know, but it's 9 something. But it's a great operating system. I love it. I know a lot of people who do enjoy using Linux, and don't be scared of trying new things. It could be a better thing for you. You don't have a lot of money, and you spent a lot of money in the hardware. Maybe you don't have $500, $300, $400 to pay for the Windows operating system, and maybe you don't have the money to get a Mac. Try Linux. It's a great way also to make those old systems new again. I have an old system kicking around here. 800 megahertz. What am I going to do with that? I threw Ubuntu on it. I gave it away to a family member, and they love it. So, you've got old systems kicking around. Throw Ubuntu on it. Throw a Linux distribution on it, and I think you'll really be happy with the result. So, I'm just saying, try something new. If you have any questions for me about my Linux, ideas or my Linux experiences, feel free to email me at TheZRtech or TheZRtech@gmail.com, or reply in the comment section below. Also, you can email me, or also you can subscribe to this video and get notifications every time I upload a new one, which I try and do frequently, but unfortunately, like right now, they kind of get backed up, and I do have a lot of videos I need to upload. So, thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoy it, and give me a few stars for my trouble. Hope you enjoy many videos to come as well.